It's not a place you see every day or even every other day, but we welcome you to Pop Lloyd Stadium in Atlantic City for coverage of the South Jersey NABA Midweek All-Star Game. It's the American and the national teams for our first of 5 games on this beautiful late July weekend. Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Wilkins of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. This is going to be a great weekend. Welcome to the South Jersey NABA All-Star Weekend. We're here at Pop Lloyd Stadium, the famous, maybe a little bit infamous, but also very unique no matter how you slice it, whether you like it or not. This is a unique place to be here in Atlantic City. We're at the home of the Atlantic Cape Community College Buccaneers. They play on this very vibrant and very one-of-a-kind red and blue turf for the first of 5 games this weekend in the South Jersey NABA All-Star Weekend. We've got 4 games tomorrow. From sunrise to sunset, it's going to be all baseball, all high-octane action. You've got the A, the AA, the AAA, and the Elite Division all squaring off tomorrow and morning and afternoon and night, all from the famous Sandcastle Surf Stadium in Atlantic City. I'm going to be on the call with Ben Wilden for that. Donovan Schmidt will be helping us as well. It's going to be an excellent weekend for baseball here in South Jersey, and it's going to be no better place to be than right here in Atlantic City. So both teams are taking the field. You've got Joe Bryson starting for the American side. The national side, well, we didn't get a pitcher, but what we'll tell you is both lineups have about 15 guys, and they're just going to run straight through the lineup. So it's not going to be your traditional sense where you're going to have 1 through 9, and then there's not going to be no substitutions. You know, when you go in, it's going to be 1 through 15, and then if it's in the field, you've got 2 guys, 2 options per position to see who is going to take the field for that particular inning. We'll be back in just a moment, but here from Atlantic City, put your makeup on and put your hair up pretty, because we'll meet you tonight for the South Jersey NABA All-Star Games in Atlantic City. Welcome back here from Atlantic City. We've got Ryan Voss, your starter for the National League. The American League will hit first, and what better place to represent the best in South Jersey NABA than here at Pop Lloyd Stadium in Atlantic City. The red turf, the blue turf, all different kinds of colors. But it's going to be fun tonight. Your leadoff man for the American side will be Jamison Emerly leading off. He'll be followed by Nick Moore, Joey Demergian, Zach Culp, Josh Rogers in the 5 slot, Aiden Barr 6th, Tim Williams Jr. 7th. It's Ryan Hansberry in the 8 slot, Joe Bryson 9th, Frank LaGrady in the 10 slot, and then the last 5, Adam Otto, Jack Peterman, and there's a strike called to open up the All-Star game. Tim Williams Sr., Jacob Kurtz, and Alejandro Vargas. Voss ready, the 0-1. That one's high, 1 ball, 1 strike. $81 at first pitch here at 7 o'clock on the dot here from Pop Lloyd Stadium. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outside half to Emerly, and it's 1-2. 2-2. Voss working quickly. That one goes to the backstop. No harm, no foul with nobody on, and it's 3-2. Voss this season, a 1.42 ERA. That is ball 4. He's thrown 57 innings this year. We said 1.42 ERA. He's given up 28 total hits, 9 earned runs, 11 total earned runs, 24 walks. And that ball gets away from the catcher. He'll pick this one up, and it'll be a passed ball. As the Devil Rays catcher has trouble picking that one up behind the plate, moves Emmerly to second. Strike called to Moore. And the pitch. That one is outside. Voss working from the edge of the rubber. Runner on second. And a line drive by Moore into right field. That'll be a base hit. Picked up in right by Worsta. Runner will hold at third, and it's a base hit for Nick Moore. That sends up Joey Demerjian. With nobody out here in the first. Demerjian representing the Philadelphia A's. The way that the All-Star games work here in the South Jersey NABA chapter, as there's a strike called, is each team gets to select 3 players. Now, the Midweek division doesn't always have a full slate of teams. The Sunday League division that you'll see tomorrow at Surf Stadium, as there's another swing and a miss, 0-2. Those have full 12-team divisions, which will divvy up their all-star selections to 3 per team, as there's a swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes in the first out of the ball game as Demerjian goes down on strikes. And it'll bring up Zach Culp, representing the Clayton Orioles. Strike called. Now, because, like we said, there's not an even number of teams, there are some teams with extra representation. There's another strike called, 0-2. The Sandlot Sluggers have 4 players represented, including Nick Moore, who had that base hit. And there's another swing and a miss. Way to get back into it for Ryan Voss. He strikes out 2 batters on 6 pitches after giving up the walk and the single. And now you're going to see Josh Rogers at the plate. Representing the South Jersey Pirates, as here comes the throw down to second. We're going to get a double steal. The ball comes out, and Emmerly will score. So a stolen base and a double steal around the corner brings home the first run for the Americans, and it's 1-0 here in the top of the first. Runner on second in the 1-0. Called strike. Such a good marker for Voss. He had 6 pitches, 4 swings, all strikes. And that double steal kind of took away a lot of his good valor in the inning. As the 2-0, swing and a miss. Vargas chases that one, or pardon, Rogers chases that one. Rogers, one of 3 representatives from the Pirates, including Jacob Kurtz and Alejandro Vargas. That ball pops out of the glove of Tom Riley behind the plate. And the pitch. That one is ball 4. So 4-pitch walk. And this will bring up Aiden Barr. Barr representing the Haddonfield Yankees. Well, I'm not a betting man, but which is funny considering we're in Atlantic City, but I would consider that Haddonfield might get a new resident soon in LeBron James signing with the 76ers today. 2 years, $8 million deal for the 41-year-old. There's a strike call. I say that because a lot of people that aren't from South Jersey or aren't from the Philly area don't know that a lot of the athletes don't live in Philly. It's a strike called 1-2. There's even a famous story that says that there's a house in Morristown that is supposedly cursed as there's a foul ball by Barr. Still 1-2. Ben Simmons lived there in Morristown when he was with the 76ers, and when his star faded, got traded, I believe, to Brooklyn, Nick Castellanos bought the house, and then we all know what happened with him with Philadelphia as well. But Voss gets the swing and miss. How about that? Gives up a single, a walk, but ends up getting mostly out of it. He strikes out 3, but he allows a run on a double steal. We go to the bottom of the first. The national team will bat when we return. There's your view from Atlantic City. Joe Bryson of the Clayton Orioles is your starter, and leading off for the National will be Jacob Bond of the South Jersey Devil Rays. The southpaw, wearing multiple hats of multiple teams, will serve the first pitch, popped up to first, going over, and he'll make the catch. Almost a miscommunication there with Culp over at first, but he'll make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Here's your starting lineup for the National All-Stars. You're going to see Jacob Bond leading us off. Scott Leverton is your second baseman, batting second. Max Wersta of the Lightning is in right field, batting third. Jonathan Martinez is your shortstop, batting fifth. John Arroyo at first base, batting fifth. Omar Moore is the the center fielder in the sixth slot. Donovan Schmidt is the player manager. He bats seventh. Ryan Voss, the pitcher, will bat eighth. Ryan McMurray will bat in the 9th slot, and then 10 through 15. There's a line drive. That'll get through into left field. Base hit for Leverton. Good save to avoid that ball from getting to the wall, because if it went to the wall, it would have been rolling for a long time. So base hit for Scott Leverton brings up Max Wersta now. So 10 through 15 in the order: Zach Jacoby, Eric Gonzalez, Connor Spring, Tom Riley, Alex Bradshaw, and Zach Connell. First of 5 games for us this weekend here on DWB. We've got 4 all day tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. here at Surf Stadium in Atlantic City. It's a strike call. Bryson tags the inside corner. Wersta, longtime partner of the South Jersey Lightning. He played for the South Jersey Spartans when Donovan and the rest of those guys were on that team in the different league as this ball's headed out back behind us, and it's 0-2. I remember the first men's league game that we actually covered back in, I want to say 2024, when we were invited to cover a game between the team that Joe Bryson was on and the team that Max Worsta was on, except they were called two different things. Bryson, throw back to first, not in time. Believe it was just called Tanky's Tavern, which Bryson will be playing in tomorrow's All-Star game in the A division for Tanky's Angels. And then Max Worsta played for the South Jersey Spartans, now known as the Lightning. That one's high. Throw back to first, not in time. And they've had those jerseys for a few years now for the Lightning, but if you notice, they actually colored in the blue part of the number instead of making it white like they did before. Because we covered a handful of Lightning games with Donovan Schmidt in last year's fall division in AAA. Bryson on the inner half of the rubber. Changeup misses in. 1-2. 2-2, pardon. Worsta and then Martinez for the national team. Runner on first, taking a solid lead off the bag, off the corner. Well, I would say the corner of the dirt, but there's no dirt in this field. And it's a 2-strike pitch, is high. I think LaGrady wanted to throw over to first, but decided not to. So a pop-up to first and a base hit. 1-0 American here in the bottom of the first. Bryson still looking. And the pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. The A division will play tomorrow at 9 a.m. The AA is at 12 noon. The AAA is at 3 o'clock. And the Elite division will be at 6 o'clock. All 4 games on our very own network, Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, here on YouTube. So going to be a very fun weekend for South Jersey NABA. Here's the full count, and that is ball 4. So first walk allowed by Bryson. He's allowed 24 in the regular season, but it'll be Martinez. And now you'll have 2 runners on here as the national side will try to improve their standing here. But 2 straight base runners for Bryson as Martinez calls time. Martinez representing Los Mets, along with Eric Gonzalez and Zach Jacoby, as that one's inside from Bryson. Bryson, an Audubon High School grad back in 2017. Know him pretty well from that close connection, having grown up in Audubon for so long. You know, such a well put together small town. This ball's popped straight up. Bryson takes his cap off. He'll go to first, and he makes the catch. Bryson going all the way over towards the dugout. There's not a lot of room to run. And Bryson calls his own number, makes the catch. There's 2 away. Some hard-nosed effort there to make the play in the All-Star game. Here is Arroyo. Swing and a miss. Went through the fastball that time. In the top of the second for the Americans, it will be Williams Jr., Hansberry, and Bryson, 7, 8, 9. He'll throw back to second. A little shuffle off the mound. Arroyo, the only representative of the Philadelphia Blue Sox, which they take their logo partially from the Boston Red Sox, but their jerseys are very inspired by the Chicago White Sox, as that one's high. Although if there's any variant of the Chicago White Sox uniform to take, I'd say it's anything better than the ones they used in 1979, where they actually played in shorts and had their knees exposed with stirrup socks. if that's not a metaphor for 70s baseball, I don't know what is. But I've always loved the White Sox jerseys and kind of take a little bit of everything there. That old Chicago logo that they've brought back into the rotation down on the south side. Bryson on the edge of the rubber, looks back and delivers. This one's popped up over towards third. Bryson's going to try for it again, but instead Demerjian goes over and he'll make the catch. The side is retired. Here in Atlantic City, it's the Americans 1 and the Nationals 0 after one frame of 9.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of Dog Professional Wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place and we'll show up.
Welcome back. 1-0 American side in the top of the second inning here from Pop Lloyd Stadium in Atlantic City. That first pitch misses away to Tim Williams Jr. Williams Jr., Ryan Hansberry, and Joe Bryson. 7, 8, 9 as he gets a swing and a miss, 1-1. Both Williams Jr. and Williams Sr. representing the Sandlot Sluggers as that one's fouled back. It's a piece of Tom Riley. And got a piece of the home plate umpire as well. Roberto Rivera is your home plate umpire tonight for Tri-State Elite Umpiring. And Justin Lady is your field umpire. There's a ground ball sharply hit. That'll go through the middle, off the mound. He'll bobble it, and he'll kick it away. That'll be a base hit for Williams Jr. And it'll be a leadoff base runner in the second for the Americans. So here is now Ryan Hansberry, another Haddonfield Yankees representative. There's a strike called. Swing and a miss. Quite similar to the Yankees blue alternates that they've put back into the rotation. There's a swing and a miss. That's 4 strikeouts for Ryan Voss. There's one away here in a second. Strike called to Bryson. Runner goes. He'll slap this one down the third base line. That'll get past for a base hit. Goes underneath the diving glove of the third baseman. Schmidt's got a throw. It'll be a tough play. He got him. That's called by Rivera. What a throw. Donovan Schmidt down the left field line. That'll give us something to talk about when we interview him later in the game. Donovan Schmidt making that throw from down the left field line. Tag applied by Ryan McMurray. It's 2 away. So this will now bring up Frank LaGrady. Strike called, 0-1. And a swing and a miss. I will say Voss, kind of a 50-50 guy, somebody who he struggled a little bit in the beginning, but he really settled in, and now he's looking really good here in the second as that one's fouled back. And a decent crowd on hand as well. I mean, Friday night baseball here in Atlantic City. And remember, even though South Jersey NABA is all around South Jersey, there's not as many teams that are based in Atlantic County specifically. So to have this strong of a home crowd is pretty good. I'm sure there's a lot of folks that are here to watch their brothers and sisters, or even their spouses and whomever. That one misses to LaGrady. Be 1-2. Voss from the edge of the rubber. Misses outside. Fouled straight back. And that's ball 4. So LaGrady comes back from an 0-2 count and picks up a free pass. This will bring up Adam Otto. Dugout's telling Voss to step off. Otto representing the Philadelphia A's. Misses outside. Otto and then Jack Peterman, if the inning continues, another Haddonfield Yankees representative. Bryson on second. They've got a courtesy runner at first for the catcher LaGrady. And if I'm correct, I believe that's Josh Rogers. No, that's Alejandro Vargas over at first. As Otto swings and misses. Stepped through the swing, and it's now 2-2, and Riley's going to take his helmet off and maybe asking for some kind of equipment change. They're going to give him a new glove. Might have had something malfunction with his glove there. A 2-2. Otto pokes it foul. Look out. Oh, and how about that? Jacob Kurtz made the grab over at first base, but the only problem is that doesn't count for an out. If this was banana ball, maybe, but I mean, this field is bright red and bright blue. You might as well play banana ball on it. That one's outside. The funny thing is that actual Diamond Classic games have been played here as recently as this year. This ball's fouled back off the top of the netting. Look out. Whew. Took a close call for the gentleman in the first row. Three balls, 2 strikes. This one is poked out to second base. He'll trap it. It goes off of his glove, and he never made the tag. Wow, bit of a blunder there in the infield as that ball was poked towards Eric Gonzalez. And then Jonathan Martinez picked it up, and I don't know if I had a bad angle, but it looked like he could have just tagged the second base bag and the inning would have been over. But instead he held on to it, and the bases are loaded. So that'll be an error against the second baseman in Gonzalez, and we'll now see Peterman step up. There's a swing and a miss. That one goes to the backstop for Riley. Nobody goes. He didn't trap the ball. And remember, that ball is going to slide differently on the turf as compared to on the regular grass. And considering Surf Stadium being a natural grass field, the same catcher might have a different experience with that tomorrow, especially because of how tight the backstop is here. There was a bat sitting over at first base near the field of play. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. But yeah, quite a good venue here for what it's worth, as that one's fouled back. I mean, I've heard of this place, and I've seen the pictures of it, and you've even got a soccer field overlaid in left field, hence why the outfield is so deep here. That one's fouled back again off the pole. This ball's popped up out to right field. Oh, somebody forgot how many outs there were. There was a fly ball to right. I think somebody from the dugout yelled there was 2 outs, and Joe Bryson went all the way back to the bag thinking that he was going to tag up. So we go to the bottom of the second. This throw from Donovan Schmidt prevented a run from coming in. We'll be back after the break. 1-0 American. Welcome back here from Pop Lloyd Stadium. You can see that in the turf, the inscripted name of this place. I mean, this is a very interesting place to be. As it's a shame we're only spending one night here. We'll have coverage from Surf Stadium tomorrow. Home of the Atlantic City Surf, played in the same league as the Trenton Thunder and the Camden River Sharks in the Atlantic League. But the stadium hasn't seen much use since it closed and since the team closed, as the new pitcher representing the Yankees is Jack Peterman. To Omar Moore, there's a strike call. It's Moore, Schmidt, and Voss. All 3 Lightning players do what? That one is away. So 6, 7, and 8. The Surf existed from 1998 to 2008. Only played for 10 years. So that one misses up and in, 2-1. They were part of the Atlantic League from 1998 to 2006, but in their final 2 years were part of the Can-Am Association, which only lasted until 2019. That ball rolls inside. Ball 4 to Moore, and he'll pick up a free base. That ball ran inside. Now here's the player manager, Donovan Schmidt. We'll be having a conversation with him in the top of the third inning. But Surf Stadium, 5,500 is their capacity. And it is unofficially called the Sandcastle. And it was the home of the Atlantic Cape Community College baseball team until this place was built to honor the coach Pop Lloyd, famous coach in the Atlantic City area. As that one is low. 2 balls, no strikes to Schmidt. Stays put at first. LaGrady's going to throw back to the bag. No play there. It's 3-0. I mean, if you think about it, the Atlantic League has gone over a lot of restorations and realignments over the years as the top independent league in the Northeast. That's now an MLB partner league. As now Moore goes. Here's a ground ball on the hit and run. It goes through in the right field for a base hit. Moore is going to be on to third easily. And the 2 Lightning teammates working together in unison. Donovan Schmidt picks up a base hit. And he gets himself some business here for Voss, the pitcher. Great way to get the ball through the right side. I mean, this has been a very successful game for Donovan Schmidt so far. A throw out from left field and then that base hit through the right side. Peterman delivers. That one is a strike called. Voss with 4 strikeouts on the hill so far in 2 innings. Runners on the corners, both of them Voss's own teammates, as there's a ground ball foul. But a good example of what we were talking about, the Atlantic League going over a lot of reiterations over the years, was the 3 teams that I mentioned that have played in New Jersey in the Atlantic League are either no longer functional or no longer in the Atlantic League as a whole. The Atlantic City Surf, the Camden River Sharks, and a throw down, no throw down to second. Schmidt will get there safely on the wild pitch, and it's 1-2. But the Camden River Sharks played in the Atlantic League for 15 years, 2000 to 2015. And then the Trenton Thunder were a part of the Atlantic League briefly before they became a minor league team for the Boston Red Sox and then the Detroit Tigers and the New York Yankees. Voss goes down on strikes. Goes down looking. So after a walk and a single, and a hit and run single at that, we've now got Ryan McMurray at third base. This is outside. Strike called from Rivera. Runners on second and third, with the National trying to get not only their first runs of the game, but trying to get their first lead of the night. He delivers. That one is upstairs, 2-1. Tomorrow we're going to have festivities during the entire day. We're going to have players from different teams tuning into the press box, having a couple interviews. We're going to be having a handful of different guys coming in throughout the day to talk with us. And also, we are going to have the player of the game from the previous game come up to the press box during the next game. Basically, we'll have the player of the game for the A division come up during the AA game. We'll have the AA player come up during the AAA game, and so on and so forth. Moore trails off of third. Good slider, he got him. Strike 3 to McMurray. There's 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Peterman after an inning by Bryson. And now here is Zach Jacoby of Los Mets. Love the black jerseys that the Los Mets players are wearing. As that ball gets away, Moore decides not to go. LaGrady tagged the plate in case he needed to, but Moore, a gleaming smile over at third base. He thought he was going to go, but that ball quickly ricocheted off the backstop. Like we said, there is a very thin space behind the plate. Even at the Lightning's home field, you usually have a little bit more space back behind the dish. But here, there is no margin. You're more likely to score on a ball that gets away and takes a bad ricochet than just a straight-up wild pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. To Jacoby. Peterman looks over, and the pitch. That one gets away. Now Moore is going to try it. He's going to go. He will score standing up. Now we'll throw to third, and he gets away. And Schmidt will score. 2 runs on the wild pitch. 2-1 National. There's a little bit of confusion here. Okay, Schmidt is going to go back to third, so they're only going to count the 1 run. I think there was a point where time was called and the play was ruled dead. So the throw came after that, and I think there was a miscommunication, so he threw it to third, and then the third baseman didn't see where he was going. That one runs inside, and that's ball 4 to Jacoby. So runners on first and third now. And instead of it being a 2-1 game, it is a 1-1 game. And we are playing 9 today. I either said it or I didn't say it, that it was 7. And the games tomorrow are all 7. That one skips in. The batter is Gonzalez, Eric Gonzalez, and Connor Spring for the Devil Rays will be next. Swing and a miss. It goes through LeGary's legs. Welcome to Atlantic City, folks. That one's lined into left field, a base hit. It's going to be bobbled in left. Schmidt will score. It's an RBI single for Eric Gonzalez, and it's 2-1. Lines that one into left. Well, it takes 2 to score 2 here in the bottom of the second inning, and the National take a 2-1 lead over the American. So an RBI single off the bat of Gonzalez. That is the first RBI of the game that we've seen so far. The Americans' first run came in on an error in the first. Two balls, no strikes to Spring for the Devil Rays. That ball skips back, but there's that ricochet. Here comes a throw. It's cut off at short, and they're going to let him steal second base. So now it's 2 Mets runners in scoring position. Gonzalez on second, Jacoby on third. And that's not going to be an easy situation now as the National continue to get more leverage here in the second. And a chance to drive in, too, here near the bottom of the order. There's a strike called. as a swing and a miss. So he gives up 2, but he leaves 2 on base. So a little bit of confusion, but Donovan Schmidt scores anyway. And guess what? We're going to be talking to him in a couple minutes as we go to the top of the third. It's the national team 2 and the American team 1.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Welcome back to Pop Lloyd Stadium here in Atlantic City. It's 2-1 in favor of the national team, and we've got a special guest not coming up to the booth, but he's standing right on top of the third base dugout there. It's Donovan Schmidt, the player manager here for the South Jersey Lightning, joining us for a quick in-game interview. Donovan, first of all, great throw in the second, great play over at third, and then ended up having to score twice, but you ended up making that happen. How's this game been so far for you?
Fun to be out here with the guys. It's just great to see baseball at a great field and a great town and a historic ballpark here too. So it's honestly an honor to be here tonight.
You know, it was only 2 years ago that you guys were playing the All-Star game at Laurel Acres Park, and then last year with Rutgers Camden. You know, working with you and Mikey to get a field like this and then get Surf Stadium for tomorrow. How big of a deal is that for NABA to have a field as prestigious as this for the All-Star Weekend?
Oh, it's massive. Not only for the league, but for the players. It makes the players feel like big leaguers for the day. You know, it's people living out their dreams, playing on great ballparks, historic ballparks here in Atlantic City that I feel are neglected and they need some more love. So if we could make that partnership here in Atlantic City and with the league better, so that the players could have a better time here in All-Star time. You know, it's a match made in heaven, man. It's appreciated.
Yeah, and for this also being the first All-Star game, if I'm correct, for the Midweek division as well. You guys only had Sunday League All-Star games last year, so talk about what that process is like for getting that Midweek division started, getting players involved, and you know, expanding outside of the Sunday League mantra, if you will.
Yeah, so we like to really reward our teams, and right now our biggest league is obviously the Sunday League. We offered half administration for any teams on Sunday that wanted to participate in Midweek because we really wanted to build the Midweek up. There are some players that can't make Sundays. They have kids, their fathers, and we have guys who can only make the nights. And giving them that opportunity to still play ball, because you know it's hard to find leagues in our area, and it's just a blessing to be able to get guys out here who want to play that can play.
And one more for you, Don. How about that play in the bottom of the second? What was the deal there where you had to you scored from third and then they sent you back to the base? What happened there?
He's telling me there was a dead ball somewhere in the netting. So he awarded bases by one. So it is what it is, but still ended up scoring on the play. I knew my boy after me, Eric. I played with him last year in the Midweek division. He's just a hell of a ball player. Love having him here. And look at Voss getting the strikeout here. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Yeah, Voss just struck out the side. How about that? He's got 7 in 3 innings. Donovan, thank you very much. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Here from Atlantic City, it's 2-1 National. First pitch in the bottom of the third misses up and in. Great talking to Donovan Schmidt. We're going to talk to Frank LaGrady in the fourth. As 2 runs came across for the National side in the bottom of the second. 3 strikeouts, a very quick inning for Ryan Voss as this one popped way up and out of play. Hits the trees right behind us. Wonder how many more blaring cars are going to come past us here tonight. My thing is that if you're going to play music that loud in that car, put it on max volume. You can't play something that's like a little bit more groovy. And how can you even hear that? You're going to blow out your eardrums. Tom Riley's the batter. And Peterman in his second inning of work. This one is lined into left center field. It's hit pretty well, and it is caught in center field. Nice play in center by, I believe that was Jacob Kurtz. Makes the grab. Of course, this is a very pitcher-friendly stadium, but that still could have been a good ball out to the gap. I feel like also the blue turf is making it harder to decipher how far a ball is flying, which I think this is the first time I've covered a game on any field that was any color other than green. As there's a check swing. Batter went around for Bradshaw, Alex Bradshaw. There's another strike called. Bradshaw and then Connell, 2 Voorhees Vikings players, due up. This ball's popped up, third base side. Vargas going over, and oh, he let it drop. I think Otto was next to him, and there must have been a miscommunication. The only thing is, it didn't touch anybody, so it's not an error. It's a base hit for Alex Bradshaw, and it'll now be Connell. That ball gets away. LaGrady picks it up. Throwback to second is not in time. Wild pitch advances Bradshaw, and it's a runner in scoring position for the National side. Strike call. Swing and a miss from Connell. Zach Connell, one of 4 representatives from the Voorhees Vikings. Scott Leverton, Ryan McMurray, Alex Bradshaw, and Connell. Throw back to second. This one could be close. He's safe. Bang, bang play. Peterman looks back in the pitch. Lined foul off the netting. That one is outside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Peterman delivers and check swing. They'll say he went, and Connell strikes out. I got to say, I mean, we're only 3 innings in, but if this ends up being a game that the national side wins, it's going to be very difficult to decide between a guy like Donovan Schmidt or Ryan Voss for the player of the game honors. That one is outside. And LaGrady will get a new baseball, and that's, like we said, that's who we'll be talking to in the top of the 4th. The 1-0. Strike called to Bond. Bond's got one of those attachments for a GoPro to put on the front of your helmet. I'm trying to see if he's actually wearing one or if it's just the attachments in place, like the slot for it. Yeah, I think he's definitely wearing the GoPro. Wish I'd be able to figure out how to tap into that, get a live feed. Maybe that'll be a couple years down the line. I don't know. That ball skips off of Rivera's foot, the home plate umpire. It'll send Bradshaw to third. So Bradshaw now 90 feet away from being the Nationals' 3rd run. That ball gets away. Definitely a lot of control issues here from Peterman here in the 3rd. As Bond walks, and now Leverton will bat. He singled to left field sharply in his first at bat. From the center of the rubber, kicks and delivers. That one gets away. Bond will not go to second. He'll slide. I think he got his foot tangled in the net for a second there. LaGrady, he had to adjust his leg guards. 1 ball, no strikes. Bond does hold up. Does he have a brother named Bale? I don't know, but runner's going to come in to score. So how about Alex Bradshaw? That's what the American side did to get their first run in the top of the 1st, and now the national side responds with the exact same play. A 1st and 3rd steal. And that will now make it a 3-1 game. That ball gets away. It's going to be a good pickup off the back. Throw to third. That gets down the left field line. Bond will come in to score, and Bond has broken free. It's 4-1. So 2 runs in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd for the national side. That's now a 3-run lead. And for Leverton, he didn't even have to lift the bat off his shoulders, and he's now gotten those 2 runs in while he's at the plate. Strike called from Peterman. It'll be worse on deck if the inning continues. It's 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Yankee ready to go. That's ball 4. Back-to-back walks. I have to wonder how much longer they want to keep him in the game. I mean, they've already scored 2 runs on him here in the 3rd. Throw back, not in time. Big lead, and he throws behind him there. Missed badly on that one. And of course, in the All-Star game, there's no ill will here. Just sometimes the ball slips out of your hand. Another throw back to first, not in time. By the time we're done tonight, it's going to get down to a nice 70 degrees. Got a little bit of a breeze coming in. It's not too breezy, though, tonight, which you'd expect out of a shore town. That ball gets away, and they'll hold on to it. So runners running amok here in the third. It'll be a 2-0 count. Leverton now on second base with Worsta, who also walked in his first appearance. Total of 5 walks allowed by the American side in the first 3 innings. The Yankee ready to go, and that's behind him. He'll get down to third. And again, emphasis on running amok. They've done a lot of that tonight. And it continues for another chapter, and it's 3-0. Really don't want that runner to come in on another wild pitch too, because that, you got to wonder if somebody on the national side, if they're going to step up and, kind of pull the cord, but it's popped up foul. Worsta, he was frustrated. He thought he had all of that one, but he did not. Three balls, 1 strike after the foul ball down the first base line. And the pitch. That is a strike called on the lower half, 3-2. If the inning continues, Martinez is after him. But yeah, usually when we're at a place near the shore, there's usually a lot more wind coming in from the ocean, and we're not that far. I think we're maybe only about a mile from the sea as that ball gets away. Runner's gonna come in, and Leverton will score. So a walk ends up yielding more than a free pass, as it's now 5-1 in favor of the national side. And that's now 6 walks allowed in this ball game so far by the national side, 4 of them by the Yankee right-hander. And he's now walked 3 straight, including Worsta twice. Oh, that hits him. So that's no better than a walk. It's a hit by pitch, but he only needs 1 out to get out of this. I mean, he's had a line drive to center field and then had that strikeout, but it just continues. And I think they're gonna take the ball from him. They will. So Peterman is done. It's a 5-1 game, and Arroyo will bat when the inning continues. We're going to get a pitching change coming in, and it will be number 11 and Ryan Hansberry coming on when we return.
In life, book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of dog professional wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place, and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been a mainstay for where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Oman, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear. Woo!
Ryan Hansberry, the new pitcher. One Yankee replaces another, as that one misses inside. A good crowd still filing in. It's 5-1, 3 runs across in this inning. The batter is Arroyo of the Philadelphia Red Sox. Feels almost sacrilegious to say that, Philadelphia Red Sox. But there's also the Philadelphia A's, which, of course, they were a real team that preceded the Oakland and now Sacramento Athletics. 2 balls, no strikes. From the stretch, misses low. So, three balls, no strikes. Hansberry looks back with Worsta, and that is ball 4. So one pitcher replaces another, and unfortunately the conditions just haven't changed here for the Nationals, or here for the American side, as Arroyo now walks, and that's now 5 straight base runners to reach at the top of the order. So here's Omar Moore. Hansberry ready. Ground ball to third. Vargas picks it up. The bases are loaded, so he'll tag the bag, and the inning is over. But 3 runs come across, and here in Atlantic City, through 3, it's the Nationals 1 and the Americans, the Nationals 5 and the Americans 1. Top of the 4th inning, it's 5-1 in favor of the National side. As we've got a special guest returning for the 4th inning. We talked to Donovan Schmidt in the 3rd. We've now got Frank LaGrady of the Philadelphia A's. Frank, this is a great all-star game so far for everybody involved. This is we were talking to Donovan about improving from Mount Laurel 2 years ago to Rutgers Camden last year to Atlantic City this year. What's this experience been like playing so far here in Pop Lloyd Stadium?
I'm just really grateful to be here. This is actually my first All-Star game for the NABA League, and this is pretty cool.
And Frank, playing in Philadelphia, you from Philly, from that area?
Yeah. I grew up playing in Roxborough High School and, all around Philadelphia. Philly's RBI, American Legion in Philly.
Now, you were talking about Philly RBI, there's been a lot of improvements over there with the Philadelphia Phillies hosting the All-Star game. They made a lot of improvements to Dick Allen Field and Richie Ashburn Field, all those ones that are on 95 over there. Have you gotten a chance to play there in recent years?
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. Our home field for the Philadelphia A's, well, some of the time, we have a couple home fields, but it's 7th and Packer, which is a field I played at a lot in high school and a little bit of Phillies RBI. I haven't gotten a chance to go back to FDR in a while, but I know it's always looking beautiful over there.
And of course, playing here in Atlantic City is great, but it's definitely a hike from Philly. You've got a couple teammates with you representing Adam Otto and Joey Demerjian. What's it like been sharing the field with them here in this first couple of innings and sharing the field as all-stars with some of your teammates?
It's awesome, especially like where we are right now in the season. It seems like we're catching hot at the right time, and so to be able to experience it with these guys, I think it might be Joey's first. Adam's probably been to 100 of these, but it's pretty cool.
And then one more for you, Frank. This is different for all of us because this is the first midweek division All-Star game. We've got the Sunday League All-Star games tomorrow at Surf Stadium. What's it like playing in this midweek division? Is it something where does it feel any different from a Sunday league where you're playing with guys that may otherwise not be available to play on Sunday, and this is just a new avenue for you guys? What's that experience like playing in the midweek?
It's been really great. I mean, for somebody who absolutely loves baseball, is obsessed with baseball, I'm really grateful that like Bill Mason and Dave have so many opportunities for me to play all over, not just in Philadelphia, but in some really nice fields in Jersey.
Well, Frank, thank you very much. Best of luck the rest of the way tonight.
A quick shout out to a couple people that are here for me.
As long as they're TV friendly, go ahead.
Okay, so I got my dad who traveled from Malvern, which is pretty cool, and he even booked a hotel room just to watch me play. And then I got my good friend Jeff, who's here. I'm going to be in his couple months. And my high school coach Robert Stoneman traveled all the way here. I played for him for 4 years at Roxborough High, and he's here watching me, which is pretty special.
Well, Frank, thank you very much. I feel like Bob Barker on Price is Right when you're spinning the wheel and, hey, you want to say hi to anybody? I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and best of luck the rest of the way tonight.
Thanks, guys.
With Frank LaGrady, great interview there as it's 5-1. The batter for the A's. Oh, we've got a light on. There we go. We've got light. And I think the applause is that the lights are on. As a man famously once said, let there be light. We've got 2 base runners on with a base hit and a walk. Great chance to talk to LaGrady there. I'll be honest, I brought the two-way radios thinking that we were just going to test them tonight, but we've got a ground ball for Culp. Bond to second. The throw is in time. It's a double play. What a great way to get out of the inning. A 4-6-3 double play. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-1. Bottom of the fourth inning, Donovan Schmidt is the batter. We've got lights here at Pop Lloyd Stadium, home of Atlantic Cape Community College baseball, the Buccaneers. This is an excellent place to be. I've fallen in love with this place since we've got here. As Hansberry's still the pitcher. A new catcher, Joe Bryson. You might notice the left-handed catcher. You don't see that every day. In fact, no player since 1901, which was when the Major League Baseball modern era started, has played a full game with a left-handed catcher's glove. It's a fly ball to right. That'll be caught. And Schmidt is out number one. So here is Voss. But I feel like we can be a little bit looser tonight. You know, the in-game interviews and the fact that it's the All-Star game. I mean, even when Joe Buck did the All-Star game for Major League Baseball, he was a little bit more in his humorous element than he was during the World Series. But that's what you'd want somebody to be, you know? You want somebody to be funny and whimsical when it's the All-Star game compared to, you know, if somebody was just cracking jokes in Game 7 of the World Series. That might not be appropriate. But Voss, the batter. Hansberry delivers. That one is low. Skips up off of Bryson's glove. Got a piece of Rivera as well. Five to 1 in favor of the national side. They've scored 5 runs in the second and third innings, respectively. 2 in the second and 3 in the third. Hansberry delivers. This ball is roped, and it's caught right to second base. Caught by LaGrady. So it seems like if you get interviewed with our walkie-talkie, then good things happen to you. Donovan Schmidt gets interviewed, and he picks up a base hit the other way, and then Frank LaGrady gets interviewed, and then he picks up a line drive at second base. So if that's any incentive to players that want to talk into the headset, give us some entertainment for the rest of the night, as that one's fouled back. So 2 outs, fly ball to right, and a line drive to second base. That one's outside to McMurray. That was a line shot from Ryan Voss. For the Lightning, one of 4 representatives from the Lightning, which was the first men's league team that we covered back in the SJ MSBL. It was the fall championship of that league. Here's the 1-2. It's outside. Pops out of the glove of Bryson. There's some factors that make it basically an impossible barrier for left-handed catchers to play competitively, but I think part of it is it's almost impossible to find a left-handed catcher's glove. If you go to Dick's Sporting Goods, you're really not going to find a lefty catcher's glove anywhere. It's, you know, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But Bryson, he caught it. Now he's got to throw down to first. The throw is a little bit wide, but he does tag the bag. The inning is over. We go to the 5th. National 1, American 5. top of the 5th inning. Strike called, although Kurtz might have gone around. Kurtz, one of 3 representatives for the South Jersey Pirates. Here in the South Jersey NABA Midweek All-Star Game. It's 5-1 National over the American. There's a strike call. It's 0-2 on the breaking ball from McMurray. So McMurray now into the game to pitch, and it's, I believe, either Zach Connell or Alex Bradshaw over at third. It's one of the Voorhees Vikings, and it's not Leavington, I don't think. Check to first. The umpire lady says no. Again, it's Roberto Rivera behind the plate and Justin Lady at first base, spelled L-E-I-D-Y. He's the father of Nolan Lady, who we've covered a handful of times as a player and an umpire. He's got a very interesting story. It's a swing and a miss. But, so Nolan Lady, he is a grad of Triton Regional High School from 2023. And John Galante can tell you a lot of good things about him, but he's a guy that's only a handful of years older than the high school players that are on the field during the high school baseball season, but he is a phenomenal umpire for multiple reasons. But the first time that I covered him, you know, John sometimes texts me, hey, this is the plate umpire, this is the base umpire, as he did for today. And I said, wait, Nolan Lady? Isn't that a guy that graduated high school a few years ago? Because I remember covering him on DWB for Triton Regional in a game versus Delsey all the way back in 2023. And he's like, yeah, he's only 21. And I'm like, wow. I mean, it really goes to show the diversity and the range of umpires that Tri-State Elite has. So there's a strike called the bar of the Haddonfield Yankees. One away. The American side just trying to get back into the game here. As that one just off the edge. Just a beautiful night, though. Not too breezy here in Atlantic City. Not too hot, not too cold. I think I said before we did a game in Wildwood at Maxwell Field back in May, on May the 8th. Got a ground ball to third. Throw to first, comes off the bag, but Arroyo tags it. He got 2 away. But, yeah, we worked with Rich Hans of Wildwood High School. We did a game between Pleasantville and Wildwood, and it was only 53 degrees in Wildwood that night. And back home, an hour and a half away, it was 15 degrees warmer. It was 68. But the, for lack of a better word, the shore breeze actually made it 15 degrees colder. So I was bundled up, and I had never been bundled up down the shore before. I walked on the Wildwood Boardwalk, and I was like, man, I am struggling today. And then the only thing that would have made a 53-degree day in Wildwood with 30-mile-an-hour winds any worse was the fact that the game ended 17-11, and it took 3 hours and 8 minutes to complete. I don't think I got home that night until around 11:30 midnight. That was a long day. And listen, I'm never going to complain about being in Wildwood, but especially for work. If I can work in one of the best shore towns in South Jersey, then that's an excellent opportunity. McMurray misses away on that one. To Williams Jr. Hansberry on deck, the pitcher. Oh, that one's fouled back. It hit Williams in the helmet. It hit him on the back of the helmet. He kind of leaned over the plate as he swung, and the ball went straight down, straight up, and it ended up getting a piece of his helmet. But hey, that's why they wear a helmet. Hard to believe that baseball helmets were only a mandate in the last 60 years. In 1972 was the first season that Major League Baseball mandated helmets, and even then, they were only mandated for players that were new to the league. If you didn't wear a helmet before 1972, you were actually grandfathered in. Ground ball, McMurray swiped at it, didn't have a play. The shortstop falls down. He'll get a throw from his knee. It gets away. It hits between the railing and the dugout, and it'll be an infield single for Tim Williams Jr. So here is Hansberry. That's the second hit of the day for Tim Williams Jr. That one gets away. Williams is now on second base. I think they might have said that ball went out of play and it was a dead ball on the throw. So I believe in that case it will be scored a single E6 because he was going to be safe anyway, but the error comes when he advanced on the play. McMurray ready from the stretch. That one misses. And Riley will throw back. Gets a good save on that one. Throw back not in time. Here at Pop Lloyd Stadium in Atlantic City. It's a 5-1 game. We'll be at the Sandcastle Surf Stadium tomorrow for 4 games. That ball gets away from Riley. It'll be ball 4. Runners hold. And Hansberry, the pitcher, will walk. Not sure if they're going to give him a courtesy runner, but it will be Joe Bryson of the Clayton Orioles. Now, what's different about this All-Star game compared to what we're going to see tomorrow, as that curveball trails in, is this is a mix of players from all 3 midweek divisions, midweek AAA, AA, and single A. In tomorrow's games, it will only be players from that specific division, but because there's not as many from the midweek play, that's why we're seeing a little bit of a hodgepodge tonight. Ground ball to first ends the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th here in Atlantic City. It's 5-1. Bottom of the 5th inning, halfway home here from Pop Lloyd Stadium in Atlantic City. I'm Dan Wilkins. It's a good night for baseball here on this Friday night. Soon enough, we'll be transitioning from Friday night baseball to Friday night football. Friday night lights. Our football season will start on Thursday, August 28th. Stay tuned on our social medias on DW Broadcasting on Instagram and X/Twitter for updates on our upcoming schedule. Right now we've got 31 high school football games scheduled from August 28th all the way to Thanksgiving Day on November the 28th. of 2026. 1 ball, no strikes from Hansberry in his second inning of work. That's a strike called. 4 out of the 5 innings today have been pitched by Haddonfield Yankees. The game was started by Joe Bryson, who acted as an opener in the first inning and shut down the National side. The first inning where they didn't score any runs. Here's a ground ball to third, picked up by the third baseman, fired across to his teammate over at third. Emmerly to Culp, and there's out number 1. So Jacoby grounds out to third. This ball is lined into left by Gonzalez. That gets down for a base hit. That's his second hit of the day. Had an RBI single in the second, now adds on with a single in the 5th. So he's now 2 for 2. But again, when you're batting 15 players. And you know what? I'm not saying Major League Baseball should do it this way, but I actually don't mind seeing everybody on the team batting at once instead of just doing a 1 through 9. As that ball's ripped into left center by Spring. As he'll line a single through the 6 gap. And that's back-to-back off of Hansberry. So the lead could extend here for the National side. But we'll have to see how his teammate does in Tom Riley. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper Driving School pass on their first attempt. Book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman, New Jersey at 614 Lambs Road. And if you're a small business owner interested in advertising with Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, send us an email at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. That's TheDanWilkinsshow@gmail.com. We'll send you an advertising flyer with information on how to get involved in front of South Jersey's largest growing independent broadcast organization with over 180,000 annual viewers and over 90 individual high schools, colleges, universities, and amateur programs covered throughout South Jersey and Central Jersey in all 7 South Jersey counties. There's a swing and a miss by Riley. Hansberry still working here with 2 on after giving up 2 one-out singles. Gotta say, Ryan Voss has a good opportunity to be a player of the game candidate with his 3 innings and 7 strikeouts. I mean, that was elite efficiency. As there's a swing and a miss by Riley. 2 strikes on him. Or excuse me, that is strike 3. So here is Bradshaw. Bradshaw singled to left in his last at bat in the 3rd. Foul back off the pole, look out. The 0-1. Strike call in outside corner. That's been pretty consistent all night in the zone. No balls, 2 strikes to Bradshaw. Connell on deck for the Vikings, representing the Voorhees Vikings. Hansberry delivers. That one's outside. So you've got a Haddonfield pitcher, a Haddonfield catcher. And we'll be just like we are tonight in the press area at Surf Stadium tomorrow, which will mean it's our 2nd professional stadium that we've actually covered DWB games at, including Trenton Thunder Ballpark. Fly ball to right center, and the ball pops out of the glove. This will score Jacoby. Here comes the runner from third. The throw is not in time. I think that'll be an error, but Bradshaw doesn't care. It's 2 runs driven in. and it's now 7-1 in favor of the National Division. That was a solid swing. And it's a way to extend the lead to 6 for the National side, as it now brings up Connell at the bottom of the order. First pitch. That one is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Connell and then Bond going back to the top of the order. Here's the 1-0. Runner on second. There's a strike call. And the 0-2. One gets away. Hansberry regretted it as soon as he threw it. That ball almost got away. Good save by Emerly. It is a wild pitch. The runner gets to third. But Jamison Emerly going beyond the bag in foul territory. We've had a few runs come in because of overthrows on both sides. So the fact that you're able to hunker down and make that play may not show up in the scorecard, but it's still an important play. Here's the pitch. That one runs in. It pops out of the glove. And he'll send that one back. And how nice of Bond to get the helmet back to the catcher there. Bond is on deck at the top of the order for the Devil Rays, or representing the Devil Rays, I should say, on the National side. There's a strike called. Two balls, 2 strikes. At the bottom of the order here for Connell, the 2-2. There's strike three call. And Hansberry will end the inning there. 2-run score on a fly ball to right center field. We go to the 6th, 7-1 National. Welcome back here from Pop Lloyd Stadium. It's a 7-1 game in favor of the National side, as the first pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. First batter of the inning is LaGrady, 2 balls, no strikes. In the windup, and the Viking delivers a ground ball to third base. That will go foul. That's some fireworks. How about that? That's right over Caesar's Palace. That's pretty cool. That one misses away. Are they done now? Ah, that's a shame. Maybe they do something like Wildwood where they do it every night at a certain time. It is just shy of 9 p.m. 3 balls and 1 strike to LaGrady. It's LaGrady, Otto, and Peterman. Strike called, 3-2. Even though I am not a betting man, I do like this this skyline you got behind the field, behind the trees of Atlantic City and the different casinos and entertainment venues. That'll be ball 4. Runner on first for the American side. So runner on first, 1 away. We've got another special guest, and I was telling Donovan Schmidt we were just going to test this tonight, but we're now on our 3rd in-game interview. We've got Eric Gonzalez of Los Mets joining us. Eric, it's nice to have you with us. The national side right now, not going to jinx it, but it looks like they're doing pretty well, and you're 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Got a ground ball back to second base. Barehanded play, and he got him. Excellent play over at second base. But Eric, it's good to have you with us. How's this All-Star Game experience been for you so far?
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. It's great, man. I mean, I made 2 errors in the first inning, but I think I redeemed myself with the 2 hits. My team is up by a large margin. The weather's beautiful, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got a 6-run lead right now, and I'm loving the fireworks behind us too out in left field. This is such an interesting place to play, and you know, when you're playing in the midweek division, I was talking to Frank Legary about it. Frank LaGrady, excuse me, on the other side about what's it like playing in this midweek division. This is the first midweek division All-Star game. What's it been like to play in this experience when, you know, when you play in a Sunday league, it's a little bit different. You're playing early in the morning, and this you get to have a little bit of extra fun a little bit later at night and play with a lot of your good buds and your teammates.
It's been a crazy experience, I would say. You got guys that are coming from college, and these guys are hitting like 90, 95. You know, it's pretty tough when Sundays you get like 70. So it's been pretty tough, but you know, still out here having fun, enjoying the games that I love.
Well, that's a run for the American side. It's now 7-2. But Eric, have you had any influence behind the decision for Los Mets? Because this is I've seen a few teams in not only midweek but in the NABA that put a little bit of a Spanish flair on their team. They put a little Los before it or something like that. We got Los Bandidos in the AA division. I like it. I like having the little Spanish flair on the teams. It's pretty cool what you guys do.
Yeah, I'll take the credit for that.
It's always good to take credit for something good like that, especially even though I'm a Phillies fan. I love the black Mets alternate jerseys. They're pretty fun to wear. But, you know, Eric, one more thing for you before we go. This has been a great experience, a great place to be here in Atlantic City. Frank started it out, so I'm going to continue it with you. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to back at home? That was a great play. That was a great play by McMurray.
Being that you're a Phillies fan, before I was Los Mets, I was in the Phillies team, and I spent about 9 years, and I was like, you know what, I gotta, because I'm from New York, so that's where we got the Mets from, and the guys were iffy about the Mets, so I just threw the Los in front of it, I guess I made the difference, and the guys were loving it, and I guess it caught fire, and a lot of teams are having the lion flare with the Los in front of it.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to back at home?
I want to give a shout out to Donovan, really. He put this team together, and it's been an incredible night. And he's the guy for the night tonight.
Eric, thank you very much. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
That was Eric Gonzalez. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. American get a run back. It's 7-2. Pop Lloyd Stadium in Atlantic City. Bond, first pitch, swung foul over toward Cleaverton in the on-deck circle, and it's 0-1. The Americans got a run back in the top half of the 6th. But it's been a good game so far, 7-2. The National side had a 7-1 lead entering the inning, but an RBI single got the lead cut down to 5. I think pitching's been the main concern of this game, but also in a men's league, that's really going to be basically every concern ever, which, you know, listen, that's just the way it is. But, you know, hey, what are you going to do? That's a strike called. This one is fouled back by Bond. It landed out in front of the plate. Hansberry ready. He's been the longest tenured pitcher of anybody out here tonight as this one popped up by Bond. Right field going back. This one's pretty deep, and he will make the catch. Otto and right. Nice play. That's out number 1. Strike called to Leverton. After Bond flew out to right, there's a ground ball sharply hit to the Cobra's third baseman. He'll release and throw to first. That's in time. Over to Moore. There's 2 away. Like we said, we were originally supposed to play 7 tonight, and going to play a full 9, as baseball was intended to be played. But honestly, still a good crowd on hand. And look, we've got some more fireworks coming. Not just fireworks off the baseball bats, some fireworks off the we've got some to the left, we've got some to the right. Whew. I will say this is really cool, getting to watch the fireworks. I've never been, in recent years, I haven't been a huge fireworks person, but considering that a lot of people didn't get to shoot off their July 4th fireworks because of the rain that came in that day, maybe they're just kind of getting rid of their inventory. The throw to first is in time, as that'll end the inning. So Leverton and Worst ground out to third, and Bond flies out to right. It's a clean 6th. We go to the 7th. It is 7-2 Nationals.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well. The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside. It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need. And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives. If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research.
Welcome back here from Atlantic City. You know, it's funny, on the drive down here, I played the song Atlantic City by The Band from 1993, which is, of course, a cover of the Bruce Springsteen song from his album Nebraska in 1981. And what's funny is, just like in Wildwood, as a swing and a miss by Vargas, it's 0-2. If you have a song that's named after your place, your town, your city, it's going to get played to death in that place. There's a ground ball to third. It's fair down the left field line for Vargas. He'll take a turn around first. He'll stop there, and it's a leadoff single here in the top of the 7th. So here's Smith now. The one time for a red light. So that's now 3 that have decidedly blown out their speakers, but I mean, we are right behind an intersection, which you would just hope that light turns green any minute, but it did. It misses. Vargas with his first hit of the day. Misses away to the Cobra's third baseman. 7-2 in favor of the national side. The national team will be the home team for all 4 games tomorrow. That's ball 4. And we will now go to the top of the order for Emerly, the Clayton Orioles product, who will grab a bat. Vargas on second base and Smith on first. After a single and a walk, that one is low. In the bottom of the 7th inning, stretch time, it'll be Martinez, Arroyo, and Moore for the national side. That ball gets away. Riley picks it up. He's got to throw to third. It looks good. He got him. Now he's going to throw between first and second, and that ball is loose. The runner gets down to second base, but Vargas is out. So a complicated play, but it is the first out of the inning. Strike called. 1-1 to Emerly. Emerly 0 for 1, a walk and a flyout to his name so far. There's a swing and a miss. 2 away. So Connell trying to get the best he can. He's the second Voorhees Vikings pitcher to appear in this All-Star game. McMurray also had 2 innings on the hill, just like there's been a lot of Haddonfield Yankees representation, as there's a ground ball to third, picked up by McMurray. The throw is in time, and the inning is over. There's a scoreless 7th inning, and a nice ovation from the home crowd. It's stretch time in Atlantic City. It's 7-2. here in Atlantic City. Pop Lloyd Stadium, ground ball sharply hit foul by Martinez. A little back and forth there between Martinez and Hansberry. In a regular season game, that might be controversial, but in the All-Star game, we're all here to have fun. The 0-1. Oh, that one. Yeah. Hansberry and Martinez meeting a little in the middle there. I've never seen a fake out charge the mound before. It's a hit by pitch. That's great. So Martinez, for the second time today, gets hit, and now he throws over to first. It'll get away, but he's going to hold. So here's Arroyo. These players got some good energy because it's late at night. They're not going to have that same energy if they got to play at 9 a.m. Gonzalez tried to make the scoop over at third with a bare hand. Had to get used to, he was gripping the walkie-talkie in the sixth, so his hand wasn't ready to grip the baseball in the seventh. But it's stretch time here in Atlantic City. Because tomorrow's games are only 7 innings and not 9, this may be the only time this weekend I get to tell you that the famous song, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, was written by two gentlemen who had never seen a baseball game before, believe it or not. It was written by Jack Nonworth and Albert Von Tinzer in 1909. And it was written as a waltz. As that runner did anything but waltz down the second, he got in there head first, and he's in there safely. So Gonzalez, or pardon, Martinez gets down to second. And after 2 hit by pitches, too. His body's not sore or anything. That ball gets away. Now he's going to try to go for third. It's off the glove of Peterman. That throw is wide. It gets past Bryson into left field. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time. Woo. Bang, bang play, and Martinez scores. It's 8-2. That was close, but he got in there. Roberto Rivera had the call behind the plate. And that is ball 4 to Arroyo. Let's take a look at that play over at first. Or, excuse me, at home plate. And these kind of plays are always difficult. You could see, obviously, it takes a weird bounce off the backstop. But then the throw gets in. And this throw comes in quickly. Here will be the... Ooh, I think his hand barely got in there. I think that's the right call. Just really close as that ball gets away. It'll get the runner down to second safely, and it's a 1-0 count. But yeah, take me out to the ball game. 1908 waltz, written by Jack Noworth and Albert Von Tilzer, excuse me. And funny enough, it was never used popularly in baseball until 1976, when Harry Carey, who was the announcer of the Chicago White Sox at the time, used it in the 7th inning stretch. It was performed for the first time in 1934 in Game 4 of the World Series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Detroit Tigers. The Cardinals winning that series 4-3 as there's a base hit in the left field. That's going to get past Moore and everybody. Arroyo will score. That might be the deepest ball we've seen all night. It's an RBI double for Omar Moore. He trips and falls. He'll get back to the bag. It's an RBI double, and it's now 9-2 National. So the hits keep on coming for the home side. And it's Moore's first hit of the day. be Donovan Schmidt batting for the third time. He's 1 for 2. Single and a flyout. There's a strike called. Another strike call. That's on a check swing, excuse me, and it's 1-2. Kind of went halfway around it. A helicopter flying over top. Schmidt takes a strike. He didn't agree with the call, but that is out number 1. First out of the 7th. I bet you that helicopter's headed to Atlantic City International Airport. I actually don't know anybody who's ever flown out of ACY. Like, ever. Voss swings and misses. There were a few times where, and there were a few periods, especially right after the pandemic, where there was actually no commercial service to the airport. But it's a fairly large airport for what it's worth. I mean, Atlantic City, if you think about it as the Vegas of the East, obviously used to get a lot more foot traffic, but you know, there's some folks trying to get some more life out of Atlantic County, and events like these help, especially bringing more tourism to the area that's not related to casino gaming. I mean, it's, you know, you've got the Great Wood Pines in Atlantic County as well, a great golf driving range. You've got storybook land for the kids, and got to throw down to third. Bryson picks it out of the air. Now Moore's going to go back to second, and there's nobody at the bag. So I hope Omar Moore's wearing a Fitbit, because he just got some extra steps in on that play down to second base. He got halfway to third and then had to retreat back to second immediately. That ball's crushed into center field by Ryan Voss. This ball is down. It's a pitcher-friendly ballpark, but back in Haddon Heights, that might be a homer. Here comes Moore around third. There's people in the way. Everybody get out of the way. Voss is trying to come home. He is out at the plate. That'll go down as a triple, but you know what? At Fitzgerald Field, that might as well have been a home run. It's 10-2. RBI triple for Ryan Voss as he increases the chances he could get a player of the game treatment tonight. 3 innings, 7 strikeouts on the hill, and then he hit a ball halfway to the Tropicana out to center field. There are 2 outs, though, after he made that out at home. I mean, he might as well have just he just wanted to get the home run. He was just trying to complete it. It's like when you play baseball in your backyard. You know, you're playing in the middle of a forest and there's no fences. You just got to run until you're out. That one's fouled back towards the street. So Voss driving in Moore that time from second base. That ball was clubbed to center field. This ball's fouled back by McMurray. This one's going to go out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. Jacoby is the on-deck batter, as that one's away. Hansberry's still working, though. He has been in this game for a while. There's a ground ball. Hansberry just grabbed it with his bare hand. The throw to first is in time, and he tips his hat to the crowd. You know, that's kind of stuff that in high school it might get you a reprimand, but in the South Jersey NABA All-Star game, it gets you a hand of applause. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Look at this play. Ryan Hansberry making the play, making the grab. What a fantastic play. We'll go to the top of the 8th. It's 10-2. Welcome back, top of the 8th inning. This broadcast is brought to you by the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators. Check them out this weekend in Monmouth County at the Monmouth County Festival for Dangerous Adrenaline Pro Wrestling, New Jersey's premier pro wrestling organization with high-flying events throughout the Garden State. Visit dawgprowrestling.com for more information. They'll also be, I believe, at Rowan University later this summer. It's a ground ball. It's a fair ball. Demersian's going to try to get to the bag, and he just couldn't get there. Nice play to tag the bag by Jonathan Martinez, or excuse me, by the first baseman, Zach Jacoby. That's one away. By the way, it is a 8-run game. I know that may be a point of contention if there was a mercy rule tonight, but we will play the full 9 and ground ball foul. The only, quote, mercy rule we're running against is the clock. The time limit is 9:45, so no new inning can start after 9:45 p.m. So if we're in the middle of the inning and it's 9:45, then like let's say in the bottom of the 8th, if the national team scores 5 or 6 more runs, then you would not go to the top of the 9th inning. The game would be basically called there. Whoa. That one sails from Connell. Riley picks it up, though. And, of course, no harm, no foul with nobody on base. But Culp trying to get his first hit of the day. And his last at bat in the 4th, he grounded out into a 4-6-3 double play, the only double play of the game. This ball is skied into left field. Schmidt's going to get out there. And, boy, I wish we had a mic for him on that. It's a straightaway fly ball. It's out number 2. And now it'll be Rogers for the Pirates. But hey, this is fun. This is a good preview for tomorrow. I just got to make sure my alarms are set and, make sure they're on the loudest setting possible. There's a line drive. That's in the right field for a base hit. Rogers gets that one down near the corner. Worsta picks it up and spins and fires it in. So a 2-out knock. First hit of the day for Rogers. And here is Barr. Outside. From the stretch. There's a strike called. 1-1. 10-2 National in the bottom of the, top of the 7th inning. That ball's flied into left field. This is going to be caught by Donovan Schmidt. Hello. I told you we should have given him the walkie-talkie and put him in left field. That was a fantastic play. Although with the way he slid, that walkie-talkie might have been 2 feet in the ground. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, it's the National side 10 and the American side 2. Let's take a look before we go to replay of this phenomenal catch by Donovan Schmidt. There's a great shot from Atlantic City. That is the Tropicana. I had to actually zoom in to see which one that was, but here from Pop Lloyd Stadium, the red and blue turf. During the spring, the home to the Atlantic Cape Community College Buccaneers, but around this time of year, some travel ball tournaments here. The high school South Jersey Diamond Classic Invitational has been held here. Some opening round and second round games have been held here. I would have to imagine Atlantic City High School plays a handful of games here with the longtime head coach Brent Bean in the Cape Atlantic United Division. Maybe when AC Community College doesn't have any conflicts, as there's a strike call. Although I don't think the Atlantic Cape Community College is in Atlantic City proper. I'm pretty sure their main campus is in Mays Landing. So that would be a bit of a hike to get from Mays Landing down to the island, just the way the Jersey shores are set up. The batter is Jacoby. 2 Mets back-to-back, Jacoby and Gonzalez. That one misses inside. The new pitcher is Otto for the Philadelphia A's, or excuse me, it is their number 3 hitter in Demersian. Otto is in right field as he was earlier. But I guess that highlights the versatility of these NABA players as being able to, you know, play a couple different positions on the diamond and have a lot of different successes. There's the 2-1. Excuse me, the 3-1 is high. That's ball 4. A lot of walks in this game, but hey, that's what's going to happen sometimes. Like we said, no new inning can start after 9 p.m. Gonzalez, 2 for 2. Sorry, 9:45. I knew I cut myself off wrong there. That one's fouled back. Ooh, that got a big piece of LaGrady. That got him in his foot. Hopefully he's okay. And Roberto Rivera will walk this back out to the pitcher, Demerjian. The last thing you want is for somebody to get hurt in the All-Star game. Happened to Junior Caminero this year for the Rays. Got hit by a pitch in his wrist during the All-Star game at Citizens Bank Park. Looks like he's going to be okay and he'll stay in. He just needs it looks like he got a piece of his foot, which he was stretching out there. The 0-1 from Demerjian. Whoa, that one sails. They'll have to pick this up. The ball will ricochet back into nearly fair territory, and Jacome will get on second base with no problem. One ball, one strike to the Los Mets second baseman. We had the pleasure of talking to earlier in the game as that ball is back to the bag at second. That one gets away, pops out of the glove. Runner does not go, though. But here from Pop Lloyd Stadium, just such a unique venue to be at. You know, to have this kind of press area up here back behind home plate, that's certainly not what I was expecting. Because we were told originally that there wouldn't be a press area. And I would think that, you know, I have to set up in the bleachers somewhere and kind of go on an odd angle, but I mean, hey, I'm extremely grateful to Michael Sr., the commissioner of South Jersey NABA, as that one gets another piece of LaGrady. He has just been through the ringer in this at bat, been nicked twice, once in the foot, now once in the hand. They'll give him some more time. Bottom of the 8th inning, 10-2. The scoring started in the top of the first on a first and third steal of home. National scored 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning. They added on 3 more in the third to make it a 5-1 game, and then added on 2 more in the fourth. Look out, Donovan. Whew. Got to keep your head on a swivel down there. And Lieberton was asking him now, you awake now? Whew. But I'm thinking if today is this fun, then tomorrow is going to be just as fun. We're going to have concessions. Just a preview for tomorrow, like we said, we will have 4 games starting at 9, 12, 3, and 6. The A division will be at 9. The AA division at 12, the AAA division at 3, and the Elite division at 6. We'll also have a feature during the broadcast from Bill Mason of Bill's Sports Cards and Memorabilia. He will be promoting his silent auction that will be happening at the ballpark during the broadcast, and we'll have a chance to check in with him, talk a little bit about sports cards and memorabilia. As that one almost hit. That bat almost got a piece of Connor Spring as Gonzalez was whipping it towards the line. It's a free pass. It's his 3rd time reaching base. And we've now had 2 walks with nobody out here in what has been a lengthy bottom of the 8th in just 2 at-bats. Strike called to Spring of the South Jersey Devil Rays. And if you are planning to attend the games at Surf Stadium tomorrow, there will be concessions there for all spectators. Whoa, that ball gets away. Goes behind the batter, but LaGarry hangs onto it. I mean, I'm looking at the menu. It looks pretty good. Burger, hot dog, nachos, chicken tenders, french fries, pretzel, chips, candy, water, soda, and Gatorade. I mean, full disclosure, you're not going to get a filet mignon at a ballpark like Surf Stadium. There's a ground ball foul. 0-2 now. Wonder how that would work. Serving up 50 to 100 filet mignons at a ballpark. Right next to the nachos, right next to the deep fryer for your pizza rolls and your chicken fingers. Would imagine a lot of them would come out well done, if you ask me. One's going to run inside to Spring. There's the 2-2. From Demerjian. That one hits him in the elbow. Bases loaded. So 2 walks and a hit by pitch for Demerjian. He has not recorded an out yet on the mound. And this will now bring up Tom Riley, the catcher. He's caught a lot of innings tonight, so kudos to him. Even in a night where it's been free substitutions and you have, a positional replacement for each player, and it's been really flexible and when you can take him in and out, he has taken a lot of balls behind the backstop. He's done pretty well tonight, especially on the winning side, or at least the currently winning side. That one's high. Would take a big comeback for this American team to come back. But remember, just because you see American and National in this All-Star game, there is no American or National League. As this ball is crushed into right center field, this one is up, and it's going to get down. One hops off the wall. Jacoby scores. Gonzalez will score. Spring right behind him. It's a bases-clearing triple for Tom Riley, and he flops right into the third base bag. 3-run triple. And it's a 13-2 national team lead. They're going to take the pitcher out here. Well, they're we said we were going to play until 9:45 tonight, but with an 11-run lead, why not, right? The national team has won the Midweek Division All-Star game by a final score of 13-2, and the game-winning hit was Tom Riley picking up a game-winning triple in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tough to see what your player of the game is going to look like. I mean, you've got Riley as a candidate. You've got Ryan Voss as a candidate. I think Ryan Voss is going to be my player of the game, my All-Star MVP for this midweek division. And he had 3 innings, 7 strikeouts, and then picked up an RBI triple. I mean, Riley, that 3-run triple was his first hit of the game. But that is the final tonight. 13-2 in favor of the National Division. I mean, that was fun. And we got 4 more of those tomorrow here in Atlantic City. It's going to be an interesting day. It's going to be an interesting weekend, and this was just the appetizer to that here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. So that will be all for us tonight on DWB. We'll be back bright and early, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning from Surf Stadium for the Single-A Division. They're going to get a little picture of those guys on the on home plate there. They'll have a little photographer out there. But from our entire crew, social media coordinator Ayla Mejia, our graphics crew, Gavin Vanderbilt, Caleb Lane, and Carson Rosso. My producer, Dan Wilkins. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you tomorrow morning. Sir, I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you tomorrow morning at Surf Stadium in Atlantic City. Final score, the National Division 13 and the American Division 2. We will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.